Welcome back to another episode of the Storytime HD show. We are here at the Avala Restaurant, Bar and Lounge. And this is my brethren,
Taddy Boom.
Taddy Boom. Big up yourself, my brethren. Yeah, man, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. So, basically, we want to find out, my brethren, how long have you been in the entertainment industry? What has it been for you throughout the years?
All right. Well, according to my parents and my teachers, I've been in entertainment since I was born. You understand what I'm saying? I was the man who's body door. I was the class clock. I was the man to get in trouble. But on a professional scale, for the past 10 years or so, I've been in entertainment.
Been in entertainment. Yeah. So what was your driving force in becoming a top entertainer in the industry?
My driving force, I don't know about people, No, the driving force behind a car might be horsepower or gas. My driving force is money. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
Yeah, all of it.
So by the sweat of my brow,
we shall eat bread.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Amen,
but at the same time though, as a man, I love laughter, I love making people laugh. I love joy. Understand? I just believe it's a kind of healing for the soul. So you know that kind of way.
Of course.
As much as I can pour out to people, I will pour out, and if I can get some kind of financial compensation, I'm taking it as man. Pass it.
So for this laugh that they give me, I have to pay for it then.
I go blind. I
will get you. So what are some of the challenges that you have faced, if any, per se, over the years in the, the comedy industry?
The challenges in comedy industry. For instance, alright, so I wanna bite nobody, but however, I would say in Trinidad and Tobago, right? But in Trinidad and Tobago is that comedy was, always perceived as what me and my team would do, which is stand-up comedy, just us and our microphone. Yeah,
so you've been doing stand-up comedy as well.
Stand-up comedy. Understand?
Where are some of the places that you have
done stand-up? Done stand-up here in Avala right now.
Right, nice.
Right, all around Trinidad, been in Port of Spain side stages, Woodford Cafe, Cafe Blues,
big celebrity.
Napa stage, Queen's Hall, been on Sapa stage, been on stages before. Right, the only challenge I would say is just that people understand that comedy is not always putting on a wig or putting on some kind of costume and to do a skit. Right? What we do, we just write and give some kind of genius what we have with ourselves, the microphone and the audience.
So you put talent to paper.
Correct.
You understand? And then you put it out to the audience.
Yeah, man. And hopefully they laugh at me, which they have been doing, man. So,
basically that's the main, what they would say, result of you, being in this industry for so long. You know what I mean?
Correct.
And that is the main criteria at the end of the day, and that's the main goal, to make sure that you please the audiences at all times. But what's some of the motivational factors that you could give, the younger people that might have the, the class clown ability and might want to join comedy?
Alright, so it's simple. It might sound cliched, but if you find you have a knack at something, stick with it, right?
Right.
Push consistency. If you keep on hearing it, you can't know you did it before, it's because it's true. It's because it's factual, right? So it's real simple as that. Also, what I will say is, find ways to hone your skill and craft.
Yes, definitely.
Understand as well time and place. As much as it might be the class clown, young persons, just understand that class might always be the place to act the clown now, boy.
True.
So don't try to disrupt your class that much and your other students and your peers and get the teacher too much trouble and thing, right? You understand? So time and place, hone it, seek help. Find out somebody. You must have some kind of comedian or somebody you like in the entertainment industry.
Of course. They all have role models.
Hit them up, you understand? And hopefully they will be receiving enough to bless you with some wisdom,
but
right?
the thing about it is, do these big time stars really make themselves available to the younger generation to reach them?
I don't know if I'm a big time star. If anybody perceive me as much, if anybody, I humble you. If somebody perceive me as much, I take in that. I can't call myself that. So if anybody reach out to me, I will be sure to interact and help you as best as I could. Right. As well as I do believe there are other people out there that will help others. I know my brethren Kivo TV. If you reach out to Kivo,
make sure you check out Kivo TV.
Kivo's a man go help you out. If you reach out to my boy Rody, these men go help you out.
Yeah, I like Rody.
If you reach out to my boy Uncle Errol sure to give you some words of advice.
Check out
from him. Yeah, so people get in. We sharing.
Nice,
Trinidad
man,
is
nice,
about
man.
love. Tobago is about love.
Yeah,
That's how we do
because
things.
you can't really just keep the talent to yourself.
Never.
You understand what I mean? You have to pass it down from generation to generation, which becomes your generational legacy.
Correct.
That is a form of love and appreciation to those after you. You understand? So, my brethren, once again,
Love.
is a love, respect for coming on the program.
StoryTime, big up all yourself.
StoryTime is. Give them a shout out to the StoryTime show now.
Everybody, StoryTime is the flick. Check them out on all social medias. Your boy Taddy Boom. We endorsing. You don't know.
We outside.
Goodness.
Is that? Yeah, man.
But I'm going to talk about myself and I say, I'm Taddy Boom. Taddy is short for Thaddeus, a very biblical name. And I say that because my mother brought me up in the church now. But the thing about it is, she know I used to try to gain understanding of the Bible. You know that scripture was spin on the rock and spoil the child. But my mother beat me so much. I no longer have an expiration date. Yeah? I certain about it. I can never spoil. I shut like all kind of thing. I don't know about it. So I don't afraid of going big up over there. Yeah? So I don't afraid of going over that too. Because I don't feel like the dead. I immortal. It will be easy at all. Right? And the next thing, the next part of the Bible, we'll talk about long suffering. Yeah? And that is about like patience and just putting your own into something. Now my mother, when she cracked that whip so, my long L-U-N-G used to suffer. You know when you see when the Christ came in the cross, that the kind of legs I used to get, right? It's not something like when we talk about the whole armor of God. Now I don't know all the parts, but you see one part that show about is the belt of truth. But the belt of truth. That next thing called the chest plate of righteousness. What I really wanted was a back plate of forgiveness word. My mother let me on action time. I dance like David dancer. I dance like David dance. It wasn't normal at all. No, can I hear problem or something? Before the church on Sunday, and the pastor decided to preach, train up a child in the way in which he should grow. That when he's old, he will not depart from it, right? T-R-A-I-N. My mother had changed. So, during the kindness of trouble, next Sunday when the pastor come, I came up to the church gate. It wasn't easy at all. Pastor's like, Sister Johnny, what happened? No, Pastor, he's not to leave from here. Yeah, it wasn't easy at all. But that was it. But I was the one that do it. Never consider that if trees were like in the Bible, right? What really take place? Imagine if Noah was a tree, right? Or if he like apple of it? Nope.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have one more person to come and mash up the place.
Two.
Yeah, two?
Yeah.
Two?
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I didn't pass maths, my bad. Alright?
Two in a row.
Who I forget? Who's that? Who's Jonathan? I don't know him. He's proclaimed as the most handsome man in Trinidad comedy. Ever fresh, ever clean, always drippy. Ladies, not the gents, make some noise for Jonathan Pierre! And fellas, if you're just making noise, let's all walk home.
Good night. So, I want to share some facts about, well, besides the fact that my name is Jonathan Pierre. The last 5 years ago, on this very day, was my first time performing stand-up comedy. Right? So she had a marvelous idea to give away an iPhone 15, right? To the table that making the most noise. Right? So when I come to 3, you're gonna give me a sample. Right? 1, 2, 3. Now again. 2, 3. Alright, congratulations. It looks like we might have a little inequality. Right, but everything I said up until this point was a joke. Right? So it's a point to you. Right? And before I'm married at the table, or brethren, I just made them ladies make more noise than you possibly ever would. Right? Anybody here to go on dates? And I took this young lady out to a very nice restaurant. As soon as we walked in, the food smelled nice, the ambience was amazing. So much so that it touched this woman's soul. Of course, she would take a drive and to me when I come back. I say, oh my God, I couldn't believe she bring me quite here, take embarrassment this. Right? But she said, don't worry, I have these in my bag. You know what I'm talking about? She pulled out the sandals. She was prepared and she dropped it on the ground. And she could see to put it on. I said, this lady, you see a nice gentleman like me, and you're going to put on your old sandals. So I went up on my knees to assist myself into proper use in old form, and I go to the restaurant because it can't be embarrassing me like that. You know what I mean? And I never heard from her. After 2 weeks, she sent me a long paragraph talking about how sorry she was, she was apologizing. And as a man, I didn't know what to do, you know. So I told her go to the thanks for sharing views on that topic. And I just went on with it because, fellas, you know, men's heart was not created for feelings. They wanted an evolutionary reason. But so that they could show despair because it was important for their survival. Right? Or in case of danger, you have to support oxygenated blood so they could survive to protect their family. But no.
Welcome to another episode of the Storytime HD show. I'm here with Mr.
Shady Lord Betzel.
And is that we outside?
One Bridget.
Vala restaurant,
Of course.
and bar and lounge. You understand? This is a great Comedy Central location, and we're basically here to get some insights on your experience over the years in the entertainment industry. And some great advice as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? So tell us, how do you see the entertainment industry going forward with comedy?
Going forward with comedy, well, right now we are basically the footmen trying to grow the art form, right? So we have different locations, and we actually have a season where we do weekly shows, and we call it Laugh on the Ave, where we go to different locations around Trinidad, and it is about 12 of us, each performing about 7 to 10 minutes of comedy.
Yeah.
And the show is very inexpensive. It's pay about $60 to come in.
Right. So it's affordable for the general
public. It's affordable for the public, so you don't really have that much of a reason not to come. Right?
Exactly.
And it works for us because we now get to test jokes. So when we throw bigger shows, we polish them, we perfect them to shell along the place now, you understand? So you
basically get to test the waters in other instances. And that's a very great thing because, one of the things I realize is that this is something that people need because, when you look at social media, for example, most of the platforms on social media now it have a form of comedic sense towards it. You know what I mean? And I've seen a lot of the roadie show, it have so many, it has certified Samson, it have so many people.
Big up Rudy and Samson and my dogs them.
That you know? Alright.
Yeah.
Samson, big up yourself, you know. And I realize that, this is something that people look forward to because, as they like to say, Trinidad have a kind of bacchanal culture.
It's a bacchanal culture, they love it bad.
But what I realize, over the years, is not really too much of the bacchanal, but it's just the humor, that they get out of the whatever problem and dilemma might have been occurring at the present moment.
True.
You know what I mean? So, going forward in the entertainment industry, in comedy, you know what I mean? This is something that I've seen over the years, you know, like big shots like Larry Joseph and you know, these people, you know, Rachel Price, you know, and other big names that you know, George Gonzalez, you know what I mean, all of them. You know, this was something that people really enjoy. You know what I mean? And to me, you know, this is a great form of humor. You know, and with the perfection of it, it could really, you know, create a great impact, especially on the culture and on you know, people in society today. So, what are some of the, you know, some of the different areas that, you know, you are involved in the Comedy Central business?
In terms of comedy, I do stand up, I just host events as well and put like a nice comic, energetic flair to it. I do content creation, so like funny videos, funny videos and that kind of thing as well. So and all around just vibes and line, man, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Trinity boat.
Of course, of course.
You know what I mean? So we basically have, you know, this has been something even to me, you know, over the years. I like my comedy too. I just do my little thing more than what.
Yeah, I mean, you had to come through and give me a little 5 minutes if so much, you know.
Yeah, that's our problem.
If so much, you know.
I'll give them a little something.
Yeah, next week Wednesday, we at Olympus Bar and Lounge in Vancouver.
Right.
So I want the whole gang to come through, and I want you come with that 5 minutes prepared. I put you on stage. I put you on stage. I put you on stage.
Well, honestly, that is something that I've been, you know, accustomed to over the past years.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Because I always like humor. Humor is something that I enjoy. I was once a class clown. And you know, once I go around anybody, I just always try to make sure that they have a smile on their face.
Correct.
Because, you know, I like to reach out to people. I like to touch people's spirit with something positive, something that will take away the negative aura and so forth.
Facts.
But what are some of the things that you really, you know, would pinpoint to the youths that probably looking to start a Comedy Central, you know, career?
If first of all, it's, I don't know if to call it a warning, but like everything else, before you are a master at something, you have to be a beginner at something.
Well, of course.
So you cannot be afraid of failing.
And that's what most people are afraid of.
Everybody afraid to go up and tell a joke and nobody in laugh. Make a joke out of people not laughing. You understand? That must get them to laugh, you know. If you didn't laugh at my jokes, you can laugh at me.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So push through, try your best, try your very, very best to push through the failures and make it like anything else. Give it your contact hours. They say to be a master at anything, it's 10,000 hours. Give it your 10,000 hours.
And give it your best.
And give it your best. Give it your best.
You know, do it because, you know,
don't just do it because you feel it.
You know, put your best foot forward.
If you're in it, you're in it.
If you're in it, you're in it. Yeah. And one of the things I realize, you know, one of the most important things when you say failure is a part of the process.
It is.
Because if you don't fail, how will you know
you will never
what
learn
to do to actually get to the next step?
Correct.
You understand? Failure is what builds character.
Failure is life's greatest teacher.
Exactly the point. But have you had any failing points in your career?
The first time, I was telling stand-up comedy. Somebody was in the crowd like, "Hey, who is this man? But get you off the stage." Or they would have seen Kevin Sawyer. I was like, "Put Kevin Sawyer on the stage."
Yeah.
You know, and the hard part about it, honestly, is that was my wife in the crowd saying that now.
Yes.
No, but somebody
can't believe that one right there.
Nah, that's not you. But somebody really was like, "Get you off the stage," and that kind of thing. And you just have to kind of just power through that. So I understand people not caring, people just saying all kind of thing, people talking over here.
And that's what you call constructive criticism.
Correct.
Without constructive criticism, I realize you can't have no growth.
You will never grow.
Because there's no such thing as a perfect human being. You will have cracks or chinks in your armor.
Correct.
And sometimes you might can't see it because you're so focused on the back. If somebody else can be like, "Yo, you could sharpen up on that edge, patch up that edge," put this so, put that so.
Yep.
Take the sense out of the nonsense.
Yep.
You understand? That is how you make something out of it.
And that is really it. You take the criticism, you try your best to apply it. If it don't work for you, you try something else. And that is it. Try and fail and try again.
Exactly. It's better to try and fail than fail to try.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And that is something that I even learned over the years. You know that no matter how you feel, there's always a next step to rise again and to try to do better.
That's it. That's it.
You know what I mean? So what otherwise what are some of the key points otherwise than what you just said that you could actually pinpoint in becoming like to add to your perfection in the comedic business?
Genuinity. Be genuine. When you're writing, like if you have to write jokes, if you have to write a speech, try your best to be genuine. Right? Because when it is something genuine and dear to you, it is delivered with the passion. And that is really what people would see. It is transferred to the crowd, and they just receive it better, and then they just give you a better response.
Yes, so it's basically energy. Whatever energy you give, that is what you'll get back.
Yes, sir.
You understand? That is what they call the law of attraction. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So you are to perfect your craft within yourself. You know what I mean? Tell some jokes at home.
Yeah.
You dig, look in the mirror, hit some lyrics.
Before my first set, I gathered about eight of my friends.
Right.
And we were at my house, and I tested it out.
Your house
and
was
I tested it out.
Was the first stage for you?
My house was the first stage. I tested it out because I had to my very first official stand-up set was on national television.
Right.
And I was quaking. I was quaking, so I practiced at home. Them say it was good, and I went up. Like I say, somebody didn't receive it well in the crowd, but other people in the crowd laughed, and people stopped me after. And I was like, "This is your first time." It was real good, and that kind of thing. So, like I say, the crowd does know and they just receive it well when you go and you put your best foot forward.
Yeah, for real. You know what I mean? So that's a really and truly, great, words of encouragement because a lot of people lack one thing. Self-confidence.
Facts.
How do you build self-confidence?
The only way to build self-confidence is having an undeniable stack of accomplished goals that you set your mind to. So if you say you're going to do something,
right,
make sure and do it. You understand?
That's where discipline comes.
And discipline will come into play. So make sure you say, "Boy, you're going and try stand up." Make sure you try stand up. You understand? And when you do that, you just reinforce yourself that, I could do this. There's something I could do. And that's where the confidence is started.
Wow. Those are some beautiful soul food. Some gems for the soul. You understand me? So, because remember, everything starts with you.
Correct.
You understand? You can't wait on people to do it. What people give to you is just a bonus.
Correct.
It's an addition. But the real, motivation comes from self.
Correct.
You have to self-improve, self-evaluate, self-introspect. You understand? And you have to redirect your mindset in the direction of pushing yourself to do better. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
But what was your main, who was your first main support? Not really say your first main supporter, but do your parents actually support you as a comedian?
Yeah, my parents actually really support me. The other day, I went by my mom, and she had some friends from church over. It's a very God-fearing person. And she was so proud to be telling them, he just do stand-up. He do this show, he do that show. He was here, he was there. And I could see the pride in her telling them that now. It was a nice full circle moment for me. And I even reached the limit or where I aspire to be. So imagine when I sell out big shows, when we sell out the Madison Square Garden, when we do these kind of things, when we tour in the world. She going to be real good.
Of course. I mean, Mama, big up yourself. You have a great son.
Yeah.
What daddy's about it? Daddy's still alive?
Daddy love it, yeah. Daddy and mommy still alive and together. And Edith say the same thing.
What we talking about? Big up yourself, daddy.
Yeah, Edith always like to call me comedian. Like, you don't know my name again. so yeah. But daddy and all support me as well. And in fact, my whole family, because I have 7 brothers and sisters. I the last.
Well, they almost make a whole football team, right?
Almost maybe we could play hockey post, sure. So yeah, and
Yes, sir.
yeah, and all of them they do support me, and
Nice, man.
and they just come to shows and things like that. So yeah,
And-
support is not in shortage.
And let me tell you something. You see, once your family in your line of support, brother, not even if the whole crowd
Correct.
hate you, you just feel like King Kong.
You just feel like you're on top.
Feel on top.
You just
You
feel
just
on
have the
top.
power because
Yeah.
the family structure is what holds you,
That's true.
motivate you, and
Correct.
show you that edge of love
Yep.
and support.
Yep.
They are like the pinnacles to your life as a child.
Yep.
So-
That's fact.
You
Absolute
understand?
fact.
But without that, not everybody fortunate to have that.
True.
So that is why it would bring you back to the point why some people don't even have self-confidence.
Yeah.
Some people don't believe in themselves, believe in their craft.
Yeah.
They don't know where to start. They might have the talent,
Yeah.
but it's just that they lack that moral support
Correct.
within
Correct.
themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was a really and truly, great opportunity that you got. And it's really showing through your works. I watched it since night, and the way you spoke and everything, the way you relate to the crowd, it was like, you know what I mean? It's like you're pulling the spirit on them.
Yeah, you have to. That's what you had to do. That's what you had to do.
You understand? So I really and truly like that. And it's a great impression, and I would love for the younger generation to read that coming up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The teenagers, the young adolescents,
Yeah.
to really tune in.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Explore your talent.
Yep. Sure.
Which comedian motivated you to want to be a comedian? Or what mindset?
It have a few Cat Williams, Dave Chappelle.
I love Cat Williams.
Yeah, Dave
I see
Chappelle, Kevin Hart, Martin,
Oh my God.
Bernie Mac.
Let me
have-
tell you more something.
Yeah, you might have it. You might have it. Watch now. If you don't come and do your set next week Wednesday, we going and fall out, right? But yeah, the list goes on and on.
No, Trinidad and Tobago.
The man have it. The man have it.
Tell you, I was always a class. Wait, what am I mean? Thinking high school was to imitate everybody in the school, all the teachers, the principal.
Yeah.
But they used to love me back in high school. But the Comedy Central business is something that, I've always, loved, but I never really get the chances to explore.
I
until
give you
now.
the chance.
You understand what I mean?
Come next week. Because if it don't come next week, in
No,
fact, you
I
have
come,
to
I
come
come.
because StoryTime had to get a content, and we know content
That
is
is it,
king.
that is it,
Big
that
up
is it.
StoryTime same
All
way
the time.
because there's a next platform
YouTube.
that bringing light to the entertainment and comedy as well. So big up all the
course,
brothers same
of
way.
course.
I
Yeah, man,
really
brethren.
appreciate it.
I really and truly appreciate the interview. You know what I mean? Make sure you go and like, subscribe, share on the YouTube channel, on TikTok, StoryTime HD.
Right.
Look at us and don't look at nothing else.
There
Be
we go.
outside. Big up yourself.
Big up all the whole set.
Yeah, man, my brother.
That's my brother.
Respect.
That's it.